on the fastest 30 minutes in all of thoroughbred racing. It is Belmont Insider here on MSG+. Beautiful day here at Belmont Park. The October chill is in the air, but plenty of sun in the backyard. Maggie Wolfendale, Jason Bloat alongside. You've made it in time. We're glad you're with us. Another weekend in full swing here at Belmont.
Yeah, a holiday weekend at that, as we are racing tomorrow, Columbus Day. So some great racing, stakes action that we've seen yesterday, today, and we'll see again tomorrow with the Pebbles with the 3-year-old fillies.
Now, we start things out regarding our first of two headlines with sort of a, remember this horse. Strong Mandate, won the Hopeful Labor Day weekend in 2013, was briefly on the Kentucky Derby Triple Crown Trail this past winter for D. Wayne Lucas. He has been officially retired, and we'll go back, we'll take a look at the finest hour of his career, Son of Tisnow, who was very good Labor Day up at Saratoga.
Yeah, you know, and he kind of harkens to the fact that a lot of these Tisnows seem to be very good as 2-year-olds, and then they can't quite carry it through. You know, you think of Tiz Wonderful, and he's thrown some very good 2-year-olds himself. So it'll be interesting to see what he does at stud and what kind of babies he throws, if they're precocious like he was, like some of the other progeny of Tisnow.
Three Chimneys is where he is going. And D. Wayne Lucas, I'll tell you, it has not been a kind month or so. Losing Will Take Charge to injury. We had kind of hoped, fingers crossed, he'd make the Gold Cup here in late September and maybe the Breeders' Cup Classic. But D. Wayne's two major Grade 1 stars had been retired before the Breeders' Cup. Now, here at Belmont Park, and speaking of good horses, Constitution on the tip of everybody's tongue. He was really the box office star going into this program.
He really was. I mean, take nothing away from the Athenia. Race number 8, an allowance race going the mile and a 16th. He grabbed the headlines, and he was well bet. 2-5 at post time. Did he deliver, Jay? Well,
first start in 6.5 months. He is 2-5 for Todd Pletcher, Javier Castellano. We get you back. John Abrial with the call. An $85,000 allowance race, and away they go.
For Constitution, and he's third in the early going. Spa City Fever on the outside. St. Moose, now Constitution moves up, and Constitution goes on with it to take the lead from Spa City Fever and St. Moose. The gray, Griff, is racing in fourth. Bad Hombre in fifth, and a gap of 4 to Easter Gift, who trails the field in sixth. It is Constitution leading the field up the backstretch. Constitution by 3/4 of a length. Spa City Fever down on the inside in second. St. Moose on the outside in third. And then it's Griff in fourth, just 2.5 lengths from the lead. A gap of 4 to Bad Hombre and 4 more to Easter Gift. Constitution, the heavy favorite here, challenged on the inside by Spa City Fever. It's Constitution and Spa City Fever right together as they go into the far turn. Spa City Fever on the inside, Constitution on the outside, the quarter in 23 and 4, the half mile in 46 and 4/5 seconds. Now Constitution in front, a half length. Spa City Fever in second, St. Moose on the outside in third. Then it's Griff in fourth. Easter Gift has now picked it up in fifth, about 6 from the front. The trailer is a Bad Hombre. They're coming for the quarter pole. And it is Constitution with the lead over Spa City Fever. Constitution, Spa City Fever down on the inside. They are heads apart for the lead. Spa City Fever now takes the lead. Constitution on the far outside is Easter Gift. St. Moose is there. And then Griff. They're coming down for the 16th pole. Spa City Fever on the outside, St. Moose and Easter Gift. Constitution will be fourth. They come for the wire. It's going to be very tight. A photo between Easter Gift and St. Moose right together on the line.
This was a blanket finish in the 8th. Everybody, with the exception of Bad Hombre, seemed to be within 2.5 lengths of each other. Javier Castellano, Maggie, setting Constitution down at 2-5. He's in trouble. He can't get by Spa City Fever, and he's out of the show pool.
I mean, granted, yes, he did have a couple of excuses that hopefully we'll get to go back and see the head-on of the start. He did stumble, and then he was rank. And he was rank again going back to his Gulfstream effort in the Florida Derby. That way things worked out. But we'll take a look at as he does break out of the 6th hole there. And it's a slight stumble, but it's enough to set him off, enough to make him want to run off with Javier Castellano, because I'm sure his connections were thinking that he was going to be on the front end. And really, he was tested the whole way by Spa City Fever, but at the end, he really didn't have anything to offer.
A disappointing return. He quite simply labored in the last quarter mile. We'll see where and when the dust settles with the return of Constitution. I'm kind of bummed he just was out of the number completely. I was hoping he'd run well today and perhaps start next in the Discovery, which really seems like, I mean, the who's who of late blooming 3-year-olds.
That's really true. You think of Bea Plenty as well. But, you know, I was hoping that maybe he at least get beat ahead, and that really wasn't the case. And it's funny with these, you know, condylar fractures that he had to have surgery. I'm sure there's something going on as far as, you know, screws or whatever in his leg. But I have seen horses come back and be as good or even better than they were before that injury, and some it just does not happen. It just doesn't work out. So I hope maybe he needed that race and he can come back and be just as good. Maybe not.
All right, now let's talk about the winner, Easter Gift, who had run a couple of times this year. Both races were not good. The connections post-Saratoga, Chad Brown, Bob LaPenta went back to the drawing board, and he was just up in a nick of time.
Yeah, and the race kind of worked out as far as dynamics are concerned in his favor. He got a decent pace to close into, and that's what he needed. And he needed a ride like Joel Rosario could give him, pick him up, and really finish with him. But it was good to see him get back to his winning ways, because going back, he was a nice horse. He ran fast races.
And a good effort in defeat from St. Moose at 23-1, and nearly pulled off a monster upset in race number 8. Well, again, we had the 8th. We had Joel Rosario back in the mix, race number 9, including a cast of some pretty nice fillies and mares on the turf. This is the Sunday feature, and we send it back to Johnny I for the call from the gate.
And they're off. Latia right out for the early lead. It's My Time now. Moves up from the outside. It's Baffle Me. And down on the inside, Bayrama. Then a break of 2.5 lengths to the favorite Anecdote, who's 5th here in the early going. Embar is down at the rail. Julie's Love in between horses. Cushion on the outside. Then a break of 4 to Overheard. And Maximova is the trailer in 10th. The opening quarter mile over the yielding turf in 25 1/5 seconds, and it is Latia in front by almost a length. It's My Time runs in second. Baffle Me in the white blinkers on the outside in third by a head. Bayrama runs in fourth. Then it's a break of almost 4 lengths. Back to Anecdote. On her inside is Julie's Love. And then a break of 2.5 to Cushion. Almost 5 more. Back to Overheard, Embar, and Maximova. The half in 48 4/5 seconds. It's Latia with the lead as they race midway on the turn. It's My Time continues to chase in second. Baffle Me, Bayrama right together third and fourth. Anecdote is now picking it up as she runs in between horses as they come for the top of the stretch. Overheard is putting in a big run on the extreme outside. But it is Latia, the one to catch. Latia's got a 3-length lead. And then it's Bayrama, Overheard, and Anecdote, followed by Cushion. Latia trying to hang in there for another 1/16 of a mile. Overheard on the outside, and Bayrama. They come for the wire. It's going to be tight. Latia, Bayrama, Overheard. 3 of them on the line. A photo finish in the Athenia. Did Latia.
We have many replays on deck on this edition of Insider, but I don't think we have a race as good as this one with 3 horses across the line.
It really was an excellent rendition of the Athenia. You know, Latia projected on paper to be the pace filly, and Jay, when she walked into the paddock, she really caught my eye. And you go back and watch that Woodbine race where Joel got the feel of her. She was pressed that day, and she was really kind of on the muscle with him, probably more than he wanted. He got to switch her off here today. He got a first quarter 25 and change. I think that really helped her out. And she's a really cool filly. She's an Illinois bred, low-profile connections coming in from Chicago.
Yes, a homebred for owner-breeder Salvador Hernandez, who was down in the winner's circle with his crew.
I found out that he makes tequila. That he's going to be debuting tequila here in the States from Mexico.
Well,
so
maybe he'll
out.
send us a congratulatory case. Regardless, you were in the winner's circle with the winning connections, and let's send it down and see what everybody had to say post-Athenia.
Here with the smiling faces of this year's Athenia winner, that was Latia under a masterful ride by Joel Rosario. Joel, you got some experience with Latia last time out at Woodbine. They pressed you a bit, but today it was a different story.
Yes, that's right. You're right. And you know, the stretch in in Woodbine is longer, and it looked like that day the horse they finished up very strong too. So I was very confident with her today. I thought she's gonna give me 100%. So I give you all the credit. Thank you for Armando to let me ride and his owner, his connection. And I'm happy we got the money.
Well, Joelle, a masterful ride once again with Latia, but turning our attention to her trainer, Armando de la Cerda, here in the paddock, a newcomer to New York, but from Chicago. Tell us a little bit about your training career thus far.
Yeah, well, this is my first time come to New York, but I tried to come right here because I know this turf is firm. But last night day before yesterday, it rained too much, and I figured a little trouble. But in Canada, the same time last time, and like Rosario say, they're pushing too much in the last race before. But I figured today, after I see this morning, they scratched the other speed horse, I got a more shot to say.
Well, Armando, congratulations. Well done with Latia.
Thank you.
We say a good horse can come from anywhere. They've got one, an Illinois bred mare by City Place, who's banked over $700K. And just talk about the last couple of stakes we've run, where we had Niall Seville here yesterday and Armando in the winner's circle for the Athena. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool to get these lower profile connections, these trainers moving up the ranks. And as you said, Niall, he's done wonderful things. And especially with that horse, Legendary, really getting him to be in his best form here in the States. And a guy from Illinois shipping his horse all over the country and trying her in these big races, and it's really paid off for him. And it's really cool to see people so happy and not jaded by the whole winning graded stakes. So well, good to see that.
Absolutely. Anecdote worked out a pretty good trip from the outside, even money favorite beneath Erod Ortiz Jr. He gave her a good ride from a tough outside post. She had nothing at crunch time. We'll take a little rest here on this Sunday edition of Belmont Insider. We are back from beautiful Belmont Park after a quick breather on MSG+.
Now's the time to sign up for a Naira Rewards account with our new Bet 100, Get 100 bonus. We want to deposit $100 into the accounts of new signups during the Belmont Fall Championship meet. Just enroll, bet $100, and you'll receive $100 in your account the next day. It's that easy. Plus, new signups can access the brand new Naira HD app and watch live streaming races on their smartphones. Sign up today on track or at NairaRewards.com.
We get back to Belmont Park. That pretty sunset here. We just have that it's soft light at this time of the day. Absolutely, and plenty of time. Certainly hope you'll join us over the next few racing cards. We are in action Monday with the first race post-Columbus Day of 12:50. And next Saturday, you talk about just a classic New York tradition at this time of the year. It's Empire Showcase Day at Belmont Park.
It brings me back. That was actually the first weekend I started working here.
Was it?
Showcase weekend. And we'll see some great New York breds battle it out here. The Hudson's shaping up to be a tremendous race, as well as the Empire Classic. I love this day. And two, it's a great day for the family to come out, because there's a lot of stuff to do. You have the Taste NY vendors down in the grandstand level, and the backyard. If we have great weather, it's usually jumping.
Well, we keep our fingers crossed. We hope the weatherman cooperates, and we hope to see you out here this coming Saturday for Empire Showcase Day. Regardless, turf, big part of the game. Second half of today's card, we go to another top race on today's program, the 7th. Pretty nice non-winners on allowance. Fillies and Mares, a big crew, and Johnny I with the call from the gate.
Mabade Rose broke well from the extreme outside. She's a heartbreaker. Raking Gold. There goes Gratitude now moving up. Gratitude. She's a heartbreaker right together. Raking Gold just off those two in third. Then it's Runway Ready in fourth. Almura is in fifth. Down on the inside is Hope Crossed in sixth, followed by Scatcapade in seventh. Then it's the Gray. Funny Money racing in eighth. Mabade Rose is now back in ninth. And at the back of the pack are Ballerina Bell and Orient Harbor. The opening quarter was quick, 22 2/5 seconds over this yielding turf course. She's a heartbreaker, and Gratitude, they're right together. Raking Gold on the outside is third. Those three heads apart for the lead. Then in between horses, Runway Ready. Hope crosses down at the rail. Then it's Almora. On the far outside is Scatcapade, who's gaining ground. Then comes Funny Money, Mabre Rose, far outside. It's Orient Harbor. Down on the inside is Ballerina Belle. It is wide open as the field comes into the stretch. It's She's a Heartbreaker, far outside. Here comes the Irish filly, Marbre Rose. Marbre Rose, and from the inside, it's Hope Cross. Marbre Rose in front and has the lead as they hit the wire. Marbre Rose by 2.5 lengths. Hope Cross was second. She's a Heartbreaker finished third.
Tipped out from 3 to 4 wide cover. It's Mabre Rose in her U.S. debut. She was as good as it gets.
And she got an ideal trip as well under Irad Ortiz, who was ultra confident in handling her down the lane and really kind of saved something as well in the tank as he was eased up on her at the line. And gosh, Christoph is so deadly with these European imports that he gets, especially first time out and first time with Lasix.
Yeah, this was a first time starting filly in this country, an Irish bred daughter of Smart Strike out of an O'Bridled Song mare, out finishing another Irish bred for Chad Brown down on the rail in Hope Cross, who ran okay. But I would imagine off this, sure, they'll have a potential 2 other than, but you might be looking at Stakes Company for Mabre Rose, who is 3, and Irad Ortiz Jr., the winning rider. World's Fastest Pick 5, let's do it. We've got 5 other select races here on Insider, and we'll see what shook out.
Getting the lead at the head of the stretch. 3/4 went in 1, 11 3. Wealth to Me has built a 4-length lead. Tismus racing in second, and way back is Sandy in the Sun. So Wealth to Me at 6-5. The second choice in the wagering is going to take this opener. The 3-horse field, Wealth to Me by a bunch. Tismus second. The field is at the top of the stretch, and it is still Campion Lane in front. Distant Thoughts runs in second. Distant Thoughts, Campion Lane, the 2 of them are right together. Inca Saint is all out in third. Identity Crisis on the outside. Now Distant Thoughts is taken over, and Distant Thoughts is clear by 4. Identity Crisis moves to second. It will be Distant Thoughts to win by 2.5 lengths. Identity Crisis was second. The favorite, Inca Saint, third. Those 2 are heads apart. Amazing Little Lady is now third as they come into the stretch. Riding with the Devil, holding on to the lead over Kerry Bell. Amazing Little Lady is third. Farther back, it's Co-Write in fourth. They move for the 16th pole. Riding with the Devil in front now by 3. And it's Larry Mejias riding with the Devil to victory. Kerry Bell was second, then Amazing Little Lady and Co-Write. It's tumble as the field comes into the stretch. The half was run in 46 seconds. Here comes NF's Destiny. And down on the inside is Italian Rules. Italian Rules holding on to the lead here. And then it's NF's Destiny, Road Agent, and Attractive Ride. Farther back, it's Takedown 2. Italian Rules has it won here and won it by 4. Then NF's Destiny, followed by Attractive Ride, Takedown the stretch. Rice and Beans, Juju Beans, Dreaming as Always, Graceful Gal just in behind, Swear by It on the extreme outside. Here comes Swear by It. Here's Dreaming as Always, and Swear by It, and those 2 are right together. Juju Beans battles on. Graceful Gal is fourth. They're coming down for the wire. Swear by It takes the lead, and Swear by It won it at 20-1.
Couple big long shots, one on today's card. Gary Siak in the opening leg of the Pick 6 with Joe Bravo at about $50, and then we had Mike Trombetta in the nightcap. I mean, really bookend big price fireworks on the tote board. And I'll tell you, for a Broken Vow Lear fan, New York bred firster with the big pedigree, they did not bet Swear by It at all, 20-1, and she's up in time.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mind her in the paddock, that's for sure. When you looked at her comparatively with the 2 favorites, especially the horse next to her, she matched right up to them. And as you said, for New York bred filly, a very, very nice pedigree. I like these Broken Vows on the turf, and her dam was a very good turf horse in herself.
Broken Vow Exact, in fact, with Christoph Kamont's filly for Gallagher's stud running second. Mike Trombetta, Luis Saez, Lawrence Goichman, your winning connections. As we check out the rider standings, Luis Saez won the last at 43.20, iced a $29,000 pick six carryover in a Monday. But to me, the story of the day, Mr. Rosario, and from Keeneland.
Yeah, he picking up right where he left off here for today with Joel. And I mean, he's still holding strong in second place at 26 wins. I mean, obviously Javier is going to pick up another riding title for the NYRA circuit. But hey, good for Joel.
And it looks like Chad Brown odds on. I mean, he's 5 in front. We still have 2.5 weeks or slightly over 2 weeks to go before we move to the Big A regarding racing days. But Chad Brown 5 in front of David Jacobson. Chad Brown picking up a win this afternoon with Easter Gift upsetting Constitution. And let's check out the claims on day number 28. After the owner standings with Michael Dubb, who had a big 3-win Saturday. He has got 10, drawing away stable with 8. They, in fact, claimed a horse I saw earlier in the day with Abby Adsit.
Yes, they did. Abby won the shake for, now it's escaping me.
Well, we're going to get them up right now.
Inca Saint. There you go.
Oh, a three-way shake, actually.
Three-way shake she won. And also we had a lot of claims in today's 6th race. A lot of old, hard-knocking horses. Didn't take the winner, though. The 9-year-old Italian Rules. But Calusa, Picante, and the other, 10-year-old?
No, he's 9. They took the other 9-year-old takedown
too. He's so awesome. And a Maryland guy took him, Robbie Bales.
He is heading, I'm sure he's making his way as we speak, down 95 South. Absolutely. Well, we're sitting next to the Pride of Maryland right here, and we'll be back with the Pride of Maryland after we take a quick timeout. Final breather. We're nearly in the home stretch, so stay tuned.
Now's the time to sign up for a NYRA Rewards account with our new Bet 100, Get 100 bonus. We want to deposit $100 into the accounts of new signups during the Belmont Fall Championship meet. Just enroll, bet $100, and you'll receive $100 in your account the next day. It's that easy. Plus, new signups can access the brand new NYRA HD app and watch live streaming races on their smartphones. Sign up today on track or at NYRARewards.com.
Welcome back. Beautiful Belmont Park indeed. Take a look from that clubhouse turn, which will see plenty of action tomorrow afternoon. It is Columbus Day after all. We don't get too many Mondays with the live racing card, whether you're talking about the spring, summer meet, or the fall meet. That's the case. It's a real tradition. NYRA.com. We'll see you out here, 12:50 first race post. Maggie Wolfendale, Jason Blewett alongside. Glad you're still with us as we approach the 8th pole on this edition of Insider, and we talk about the carryover, and we talk about the 2 stakes tomorrow, beginning with the pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie. How could you not love a steak named that? Yeah, 7 furlong older fillies and mares gonna battle it out here. And we do see the return of Katie's Garden, who's been very good off of the bench here for trainer John Sheriffs. She's a lightly raced filly. She's won half of her career starts, 3 for 6, and she's running the 7 furlongs, a distance she's been successful at before.
I think you get the best effort of her career tomorrow. Whether it's good enough to win, we'll find out. I think she's probably better going a bit shorter, and she does go the 7. Now, we talk about Unbound. It's not every day you get a horse coming in from the Far East, essentially, and you've got a filly bred in Kentucky who's been running in Japan, debuting in this country for Grand Motion.
And you don't often see the dirt horses either. It's kind of strange. I'll be very interested to see what she looks like in the paddock. First time Lasix. You look at those fields over there. I mean, she runs with full 16 horse fields.
15.
She's getting a big field, but an American version of it here today or tomorrow. So I'll be, like I said, I'll be interested to see what I see from her in the paddock, because you don't know what to expect.
Breezing right along down at Fairhill for Grand Motion, we shall see, with Mr. Joel Rosario riding. And then we have Voodoo Tales, who we're excited. She's back to the races for Nick Essler. Yeah. She got real good during the spring-summer meet, but missed all of Saratoga.
She did, and she was going to run in the Prioress.
No, it was the ballerina. You liked her. She was going to be a Price. I remember you liked her.
And she had foot issues all Saratoga. When you walk around the backside at Saratoga, the horses have to walk a long way to get from their stable to the track, and you kind of come up with some rough terrain. And if you have a horse that has, you know, softer feet, you can get a lot of problems. And that's unfortunately what Voodoo Tales had with Nick Essler, and I think he's finally got her back on track. He's really excited to get her back at the races. She's doing very well.
Outside post, Javier Castellano, Belmont return for her. 3-year-old filly, second to last race. Again, there'll be the penultimate leg of that $29,000 carryover. Widener turf, the $200,000 Pebbles. This is a big field and a tough field. Kenzar D'Argent is our starting point, the French bred who's a perfect 2 for 2 in this country.
Yeah, and I thought she did build upon that effort first time out at Saratoga with this win last time under Irad Ortiz. She did it easily. Granted, I don't think she beat much, and she's going to have her biggest class test at least tomorrow in the Pebbles against some of these other horses, and she's going to meet a lot of European rivals making their first starts in the States.
Yeah, you get the feeling it's a race where trip is going to be key. And speaking of trips, the New York bred Distorted Beauty was the outside speed in her last start on September 20th. She will easily kick clear here. Keep your eye on the horse on the outside, Yellow Sleeves. That was the number 4 horse, Cash Forever.
Yeah, exactly. Here, looking at Bruce Levine's horse, she's gotten so good this year, and we're going to see Cash Forever try to take on some open horses. I thought it was a decent effort from Eddie Keneally, first time in the States here, but we'll see. She is lightly raced, so she's got a bunch of unknowns going for her.
Regarding the Euros, Christophe Coman is where I went regarding, putting my thumb over Kenzar D'Argent, who's obviously already running this country, but the Irish-bred Indian Rainbow on the outside, starting for a barn that's won this race a couple of times, including last year, and she's coming out of a Group 3 race in which she ran second, outrunning 10 other horses.
Yeah, we can probably expect a repeat of what we saw with Christophe today with Indian Rainbow, a horse that he gets from France/Germany. So I like her, and then I thought the Belmont filly, Lady Laura, breaks from post 4 in here, and she definitely has the most conditioning and seasoning of any of these 3-year-old fillies, but interestingly enough, will not make her stateside debut with Lasix.
Oh, that's interesting. She does have Junior Alvarado, who did win a race earlier in the afternoon. In fact, way back when, I think the second race he proved best, but the buzzer has just about sounded on this Sunday edition of Belmont Insider. 12:50 first race post, 10 in all, 2 stakes, the pick 6 carryover, the cross-country double in the nightcap. For Maggie and me, thanks again for tuning in to Belmont Insider, and we will see you tomorrow, Columbus Day, right here on MSG+.
Now's the time to sign up for a Naira Rewards account with our new Bet 100, Get 100 bonus. We want to deposit $100 into the accounts of new signups during the Belmont Fall Championship meet. Just enroll, bet $100, and you'll receive $100 in your account the next day. It's that easy. Plus, new signups can access the brand new Naira HD app and watch live streaming races on their smartphones. Sign up today on track or at NairaRewards.com.